I got a new engine for the 280Z. Just going to stick another L28 in there, but that one is dish pistons. This one over here has got some flat top pistons. So this one is from a 280Z, excuse me, 280ZX. It's got 110,000 miles on it. It's nothing too fancy. This is pretty much, I think it's just a stock engine, honestly, but we'll see. Does have an AC compressor, so we'll get that all hooked up too. But this engine was sitting for years, and I went and pressure washed this, and I was checking out the lines, and I smelled a ton of varnish. So today we're just going to go ahead and clean out these fuel rails with carb cleaner and compressed air. So this fuel system only gets about 36 psi on the fuel lines. So I'm not going to pump it up a ton. I'm just going to go through. I'm going to make sure that we're getting a nice solid stream coming out of these. Nothing, you know, like misting or anything. This is a stream type injector. It's not a mist type or a swirl type or anything like that. It's just straight. So I got a feeling this might be a little bit gummed up in here. So I'm just going to, like I said, I'm going to take the carb cleaner, compressed air. I'm going to take this little battery, I'm going to go around each injector terminal and just, we should get a nice stream coming out of each one. And I want to do that until the stream is nice and straight. No mist, no shooting sideways, directly straight. So let's get this return line filled up. I'm going through the return. So if you follow these lines, this one should be the supply. Alright, when I got capped off, comes down, feeds up to the fuel pressure regulator, and then that regulates into here, right? Then you flow all the way through all these lines, everything, and once it hits the 36.6 psi that it requires to have proper fuel injection pressure, she comes back out through this return line. So this return line, I am going to put the fuel or the carb cleaner down this one. Alright, that's good. So I'm going to take the air line, I'm going to get it duct taped in place. I got to make it so it seals a little bit better. It should just go shink like that. I'll get it taped up and then I'll pressurize it. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Okay. Oops. Yeah. Stop it. Gotta take my hand off that thing. Okay. And yeah, let's take a look at these and see how they shoot. Make sure they're all good and clear, and if they are, we'll know this entire fuel injection system is good, at least the injectors, and I gotta go through electronics and the idle air bypass and make sure all the vacuum hoses are good and get the... I got a lot to do. So, get to it. Alright, got the lines filled with carb cleaner. I gotta put a hose clamp with a bolt or something in that one. Okay, so I'm gonna back feed through the return into the supply. I'm gonna pressurize it. I'm gonna try to get this sealed up. Alright, so I got duct tape on here to make a nice seal. I'm going to stick that in this tube. We're going to pressurize it. I'm going to try to seal it up with more duct tape though before I really go into it. Alright, and then here's a little 12 volt battery I'm going to use. Just going to power up each fuel injector individually. See if we get some sort of spray out of it. So I should be able to... Alright. So that's pressurized now. So now I'll stick you right here. Alright. So now I got a positive and a negative. I don't know which one is which on the injector, so I'm just going to try it both ways. We should see a stream come out of this though. Okay, let's try that. I saw a spark. Okay, I think I got plugged injectors. Let's try it this way. Aha. There we go. I don't know if you guys saw that. I hope you did. Let's try the next one. Try this one. Ah. So what I'm doing right now, this thing was sitting for quite a few years without anything going on in there. So I'm just trying to go through and break out all the varnish that's built up and clogging injectors. So I don't think this thing was going to fire how it was. Oopsies. So I hope you were able to see that. I was taking just this 12 volt battery I bought online. It's like 15 bucks, but it's gonna blow up on me someday. And I went through, I capped off the supply line, I fed the return line with carb cleaner, and then I stuck a bunch of forced air behind it. It came through, I went to each injector. I stuck my power supply on the 2 pins in there. That got the solenoid to open up, allowed the poppet to open. Once the poppet was open, or the little valve, whatever you want to call it, got a nice stream coming out. And if you saw, I don't know if you did see, but it started out as like a little sideways, disgusting, you know, half obstructed stream, and then it turned into a nice psh. So a lot of engine injectors, fuel injectors, they missed, but on the 280Z they actually wanted to shoot directly at the intake valve, because that's how it cools the intake valves. So a lot of times people upgrade these injectors and give a missed type, and it's actually a big mistake doing that, because you might cook a valve then. That's pretty much an easy way to clean your fuel injectors.